Can you believe it, guys? Deepwoken, just a week away. Deepwoken is in a week. If you've been around since ancient times, aka golem farming, then you're basically a Deepwoken elder. That was a very long time ago. In fact, Deepwoken, the game we all know and love, dropped all the way back on December 20th, 2021. Seriously, let that sink in. It's been almost 4 years since we first got wiped by Sharkos and learned the true meaning of suffering. Over the years, this game has thrown some absolutely wild events at us, holiday specials, collabs, and April Fool's chaos that made us question reality itself. And since April 1st just hit us with another banger, I figured why not take a walk down memory lane and talk about every single crazy event that we've ever had. So grab your guild and a mushroom omelet and let's dive right into this. What's up guys, it's Punchy, and today we're discussing every single event that has blessed Deepwoken's timeline, and there's a few ways I'll be doing it. Alright, to truly appreciate Deepwoken's roller coaster of events, it only makes sense to go chronologically, year by year, patch by patch, update by update. This way we can see exactly how the game evolved or, slightly fell off in places, tracking the highs, the lows, and the absolutely confusing moments. By doing this, we get to relive these legendary events, mourn the things that got removed, and maybe, just maybe, uncover the true golden era of Deepwoken. I'll try my best to briefly cover all of them, and I might miss a few, so comment below if I missed something insane. Anyway, let's get into it. 2021, the calm before the storm. Let's be real, 2021 was quiet. Well, not exactly, but Deepwoken had just dropped and everyone was too busy getting folded by bandits and rage quitting in the depths to think about events or even collabs. 2022 though, absolutely peak chaos. Deepwoken definitely found its footing and the devs went wild, blessing and cursing us with some of the most ridiculous, hype, and confusing events that I've ever seen. January 14th, 2022, the first art contest. Deepwoken kicked things off with its first ever official art contest, setting a trend for future events. The theme, fighting an unstoppable enemy. Many of the community's artists battled it out with their own creativity, and in January 2022, Natoons, who is now a Deepwoken dev, took the crown. The prize for this was a special race variant, the legendary Primal Vesperian, and this was just the beginning for contests. April 1st, 2022, the Mudskipper Curse. On April 1st, was the day that everyone became mudskippers. There was no warning, no mercy, just log in and boom, you're instantly turned into a zombie. Players were stuck with the full mudskipper treatment, the look, the janky animations, the curse sound effects, and even their race name was changed. It was absolute chaos and the community loved it. To this day, people still beg for mudskippers to be a playable race, proving that this event was loved by a lot of people. April 3rd, 2022, Deepwoken invades r/place for the first time. Just days after the mudskipper chaos, Deepwoken found its place in r/place 2022. So if you don't know what this is, there's a specific subreddit where people can drop single pixels, I think every 30 minutes, every hour, but they can only place one. Somehow the Deepwoken community dominated and memes were born, drawing art, claiming territories, and Deepwoken cemented itself in r/place history. March 9th, 2022, the weapon design contest. Deepwoken held yet another fan artist contest, this time focused around weapons. The winner is Pseudomesh with their design for the Light's Final Toll. The prize for this was the Aberrant Capra race, but that's not all. This weapon was actually added to the game, starting a trend for contest winners, well, except for one that we're still waiting on. March 12th, 2022, the Sharko Rumbling. A day of pure horror. Something broke with Sharko bait since it was new, causing an unstoppable Sharko apocalypse. These monsters spawned endlessly, swarming the map and wiping players left and right, and many drowned, few survived. In modern Deepwoken, the community still remembers that dark day. June 25th, 2022, the first Deepwoken Direct. On this date, we got one of the first Deepwoken Directs since the game's release. The devs sat down with Agamatsu, another CC, on a live stream, revealing the new combat system for Verse 2 and teasing some of the exciting updates. It was a huge moment for the community since we got feedback from the devs and this was insightful and hype-filled. Honestly, in the future, I think it would be very helpful if they brought the Directs back. September 10th, 2022, Deepwoken wins the Roblox Awards. On September 10th, 2022, Deepwoken won the Best New Experience Award in the Roblox Awards, which was a huge win for the community. It was a moment of pure triumph, especially since their predecessor game, Rogue Lineage, had also taken home an award back in the day. Everyone in the community was hyped to be a part of a game that had skyrocketed to such success, and it was definitely a good day to be a Deepwoken player. October 21st to 22nd, 2022, the first content creator tournament. On these days, Deepwoken gave us the first ever content creator tournament in the game, and it was absolutely insane. Creators went head to head, and the winners, Nanoprodigy winning first, Rom winning second, and Agamatsu third, showed off their skills in a way that made the whole community sit up and watch. Also, the top 2 winners earned an exclusive race, being Lightborn, which was a huge prize. Seriously, it was a cool moment for creators collabing with devs, but unfortunately, this is where the Lightborn curse began. Some of these champions are no longer with us in the community. Halloween 2022, the first Hallowtide event. Right after the tournament ended came Hallowtide, Deepwoken's first ever Halloween event, and it was pretty spooky. Players got access to the floating keep, which definitely surprised more than a few, plus the first wave of new weapons and the Hallowtide race variant. The map also got a huge makeover too, and it was awesome to see how different it felt. Overall, while the content was a bit limited in hindsight, it kicked off a trend that would continue into future Deepwoken events, seasonal celebrations that fans look forward to. The end of 2022, the release of Verse 2. To finish off 2022 with a bang, we got the highly anticipated Verse 2 update. This brought some huge changes to progression, combat, and the introduction of the new dungeon that people still play today. The community was hyped, and rightfully so, because Verse 2 was a massive shift that shaped the future of Deepwoken. And just like that, 2022 wrapped up, setting the stage for what would come next, so let's dive into 2023. April 1st, 2023, the Sharko Plague. During the April Fool's event, this brought an even wilder twist than the previous year's Mud Skippers. This time, a plague began spreading through the game, turning people into Sharkos. After getting touched by one, players would sneeze and spread the virus, and along with it, they got a little buddy named Destroyman 3. Destroyman was the ultimate troll, spouting nonsense and causing chaos, but he quickly became an iconic figure for the community. Fast forward to, I guess, today, and you can still get the Destroyman plush in real life and in-game thanks to a statue that was added. The Sharko Plague remains one of Deepwoken's most beloved chaotic moments. April 13th, 2023, the Metallica Collab. This day will go down in Deepwoken history for one of the weirdest collabs ever, Deepwoken's Metallica Collab. Yeah, you read that right, we're not talking about Metallica the stand, but the band somehow made their way into the game and it was just insane. Maybe one of the band members' kids or grandkids played Deepwoken and somehow we got Metallica. Anyway, an entirely new tavern was added just for the occasion, complete with a mosh pit, exclusive potions that made you fast, and players rocking out to the band's tracks. Also, to top it off, players who were participating could get a headbang emote to really embrace the chaos. I still can't believe this actually happened, and it was ridiculous, but in the best way possible. June 30th, 2023, the second content creator tournament and battle royale. This event brought us the second content creator tournament alongside the release of a new game mode that took Deepwoken by storm. Players got to experience this chaotic, fun mode for the first time, and it was pretty crazy. The tournament winners were Supa and Valakis in first place, Agamatsu and Trunks in second, and of course Fabian and I in third place. Eventually, this game mode was added to the live game, and it was awesome to see it go from a tournament exclusive thing to a feature for everyone. July 30th, 2023, another weapon contest. Deepwoken held yet another weapon design contest, and once again I jumped in with my own tomahawk design. But the winner of this was Imp Jelly with the Bloodsworn effigy, a weapon tied to the Conquest banner that we've all been waiting for. Now, this weapon might be stuck in development purgatory forever, but fingers crossed we'll be seeing it soon. Overall, it was still a cool contest, and it's exciting to see the game get even more weapons designed by the community. Halloween 2023, the return of Hallowtide. 2023 brought back the Hallowtide event, and it was bigger than ever before. The entire map got another visual rework, new weapons were introduced, and a wave farming game mode was added, giving players a fresh challenge to take on with their friends. This event really set the tone for the future of seasonal events becoming a staple in the game's calendar year after year. November 24th, 2023, the release of the Sharko plush. This day marked the release of the Sharko plush, and yes, you could finally have Destroyman 3 in real life. It was a hilarious and iconic moment for Deepwoken, with the plush being well received by the community. I even got to help with the teaser trailer for the release, which was a cool part of the whole experience. Having Destroyman in real life was the perfect Easter egg for one of the game's most memorable and chaotic events. The end of 2023, a wintry finale. While there wasn't a specific Christmas event or winter holiday celebration in 2023, the map did get a nice wintry makeover, adding a cozy touch to the game during the colder months. Overall, 2023 might have been one of the craziest years for Deepwoken, with some of the most ridiculous events the game has ever seen. From Metallica collabs to Sharko plushies, it was an unforgettable year that set a high bar for everything else to come. April 1st, 2024, the Monster War. Deepwoken went out with a Monster War event, and yes, you heard that right. Players either transformed into Threshers, Sharkos, and Mudskippers and battled it out to see who would reign supreme. Points were earned for grips and boss kills, and while it was all fun and chaos, the red Megalodons emerged as the unexpected winners. Monster Wars in Deepwoken, just another ridiculous moment to add to the game's legacy. March 27th, 2024, the Vigil Guard Cosmetic Contest. On this day, they did another art contest, this time focused on cosmetics with a theme centered around the Vigils. The winner of this was Jester, who took home the prize for their creative design. It was another exciting moment for the community, and we actually got the Monastery Champion in-game. July 15th, 2024, the Duke Erisia Fumo plush release. After the success of the Sharko Plushie, Deepwoken fans got another toy on July 15th, 2024, the Duke Erisia Fumo plush. It was a goofy plush that added another iconic figure to the lineup. Even though I didn't get one for myself, it was a pretty big deal in Deepwoken history, and it sets the stage for another NPC possibly getting their own plush versions. Who knows what's next, maybe a Lord Regent plush or something else. July 22nd, 2024, the Black Diver Cosmetic Contest. On this day, Deepwoken held another cosmetic outfit contest, this time centered around the Black Diver concept. The winning design was the Black Diver Grand Fisher by Tusk, and it was added into the game, letting players rock the deep sea aesthetic. Additionally, the Abyss Wanderer set by Iron Chrono XD was placed second, which also made it into the game, proving that even the runner-up winners can leave their mark on Deepwoken's world. September 20th, 2024, the Nightwish Collab. In this event, Deepwoken teamed up with the Nightwish band to celebrate their Yesterwind album. While it wasn't as wild as the Metallica event, it still brought some pretty cool additions. Players could listen to Nightwish music in the special tavern, collect CDs from the band, and even unlock specialized instruments to use in-game. It was a cool crossover, but let's be real, it wasn't Metallica tier crazy. September 20th, 2024, the Billion Souls event. At the same time as the Nightwish collab, Deepwoken hit a massive milestone, being 1 million visits. To celebrate, the Billion Souls event was held, marking how many players had ventured into the world of Deepwoken. As a reward to the community, players received a RuneScape-style celebration hat, a fun nod to classic MMO traditions. This was a historic moment for the game, providing just how far it had come. October 31st, 2024, Hallowtide returns once again. As 2024 neared its end, Hallowtide made its annual comeback on Halloween. This time around, the event introduced even more weapons, new cosmetic items, and instruments for players to collect. The wave-based system also saw some small adjustments, keeping things fresh while still delivering that signature, spooky, chaotic Deepwoken experience. In my opinion, it was the latest and most refined version of Hallowtide yet, proving that this tradition isn't going anywhere anytime soon. December 2024, World Events and the Kyrsmas celebration. Closing out this year, Deepwoken introduced World Events, adding dynamic, large-scale encounters to the game, and alongside that, the annual Kyrsmas celebration, I guess, returned, this time bringing decorations, a winter-themed map, and the exclusive Kyrsmas hat, a limited-time event only available during the event. This hat was festive and a pretty fitting way to wrap up the year, marking this the end of another wild chapter in Deepwoken's history. Kicking off 2025, we didn't get too much yet, except for absolute chaos. For April 1st, which just happened, Deepwoken dropped the Battlegrounds event, turning the Battle Royale map into an all-out brawl where players had access to every single attunement and attribute in the game. They could also fly around, which was funny. It was pure destruction and mayhem, letting players throw hands in the most unhinged way possible, but beyond that, 2025 is still just getting started, and we'll have to see what happens next. And with that, Deepwoken history so far is officially documented. In retrospective, Deepwoken has done so many different events and collaborations, I genuinely don't know what to expect. For me, I think 2022 or even 2023 was the true golden age of Deepwoken's craziest, but who knows, I could be wrong. Let me know your thoughts down below, and thanks a bunch for watching. Once again, shout out to all of my members who keep this channel alive and assist me on the daily, and join up below if you want. Additionally, my Discord and Deepwoken Guild are always open if you want a spot in my community. Finally, check out my Roblox UGC group since we got some new variants for the Deepwoken metal arms. And with a big thanks to everyone, thanks once again. I'm spicing up my content and making larger, longer videos, so get ready for that. Like, subscribe, and join as a member down below, and have a good one. It's punchin' time.